Okay guys, I'm going to be teaching you the real number system. So to start off, we'll have the natural numbers. And then the natural numbers are positive counting numbers, and 0 is not included in this number system. Okay, now for the symbol is N, so just want to keep that in mind. And then some examples of that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so there's your natural numbers for this. Now we're moving on to whole numbers. Now, whole numbers are essentially the same thing as natural numbers, except they include the number 0. Now, the symbol for whole numbers would be W, and this makes sense because whole numbers, it's the same thing. So it would be W. Now, some examples would be, let's say, 0, 9, 10, 14, and so on, like just on and on like that. Now we get into integers, and integers are they're I don't know why I stopped there. Positive and negative counting numbers. Now the symbol for it is, as you would assume, I. Now some examples of integers would be like -1, 4, -189, 3,000. Like, you can go on and on and on and on. It can go from anywhere. Now we're going into rational numbers. Just let me get a new piece of paper here quickly. rational numbers are, and it's rational numbers are any number that can be written as a fraction, terminating, or repeating decimal. So I'll go ahead and write that down, and then I'll tell you the symbol for it. Okay, so the symbol for rational numbers is Q. I don't know why it's Q, but that's what it is. So some examples of that would be, examples of some rational numbers would be like 1/4, any whole or natural numbers, or integers, negative 0.5, and then so that would be, we got fraction, terminating decimal, and now we have a repeating decimal, which is 0.3 repeating. Now we have the irrational numbers. So those numbers, they're numbers that, sorry, my dog is barking and he's very distracting at the moment, but they're numbers that cannot be written as a fraction or non-repeating decimal or non-terminating decimal. Okay, so now the symbol for irrational numbers, it's very similar to rational numbers. It's a Q with a line over top of it. And now some examples of it would be, let's see, pi would be a common one. 3 squared, because nothing goes into 3. So we have pi, it would be non-repeating, non-terminating, and then we have 1.732051898, let's say, like just something completely random like that. So these rational numbers, irrational numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers, those are big ones. Like, they're the main thing. Now, I'll draw you guys a little chart here. So this circle will be the natural. And then we have the whole numbers. So I'll abbreviate that there. And then integers. And then rational. So this is the main diagram there. And then after you have this, you have the irrational numbers, which is all by itself because it's not part of, it doesn't contribute to anything else positively. So we'll start off with the natural numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so on. And then for the whole, it's the same thing except for 0, 1, 2, 3. And then integers, we have like -5, -1, -10, positive, so like 9, 8, 7. Then for rational numbers, we'd have -8/3. So that's a fraction still, so 8.37, so decimal, terminating decimal, 20.8, which repeating decimal, and then 1/2 again, so another fraction. And then irrational, we have pi, once again, most obvious one, square root of 7, and then I could do like 0.107, sorry, my writing's a bit messy, 708,916, and then 843. So that would be your irrational numbers. Now, to give some examples of these, so we'll write out a few here. So like, so some examples, we'll do 1 for the first one, -1, 0, 1/4, and then -0.7 repeating. So this is all of them. I believe. Or we'll do another one just to prove all of them. 0.34 repeating. Okay, so 1 is, we'll go look at our symbols again. So it's a natural number, it's a whole number, it's a rational number, and it's also an integer. So you'll put these beside a question. Then for -1, it's an integer and a rational number. It cannot be whole or natural because it's whole or natural is only above, it's positive in the number scale. 0 would be whole and rational because it's not an integer or natural number. 1/4 is rational. Pardon me. 5 would be rational again.